that the Chinese military ordered scientists at the Wuhan Institute of Virology to experiment with coronaviruses starting as far back as 2017. Some of those viruses were 96.2% genetically similar to the current COVID-19 virus. And further, some of those scientists working on those similar coronaviruses became sick with COVID-like symptoms in the fall of 2019. Now, what the World Health Organization would have you believe is after 2 weeks on the ground, they're talking to scientists and doctors selected by the Chinese Communist Party under the supervision of the Chinese Communist Party, that none of that, what I just related to you about our intelligence, is relevant to a potential lab accident at Wuhan. It's really just disingenuous. I mean, think about it, Laura. If this really was a naturally occurring virus, as the WHO intimated yesterday, if that's the case, if no one was to blame for this, why would Chinese officials suppress and silence doctors and scientists and journalists from writing about it? If no one was to blame, why would Chinese officials prevent the world's best scientists and doctors from coming to Wuhan for more than a year to try to develop?
Immediately. Yeah. I mean, I asked Dr. Fauci about this last February, Mr. Ratcliff, and he indicated that, well, we have a good working relationship. He didn't take any pains to question what China was doing. But a lot of American scientists, I'm not talking about him necessarily, but a lot of American scientists have very close relationships with China. There's a lot of money going both ways, frankly, here. And I think the whole thing has stunk to high heaven from the very beginning, just on transparency alone.
Right. Yeah, none of that makes any sense unless, of course, you know what I know, which is that what our intelligence says is that this was the China virus. It was originated from Wuhan, and from whether by accident or otherwise, Chinese officials were aware that they had a controllable outbreak, but they took actions that resulted in this transfer